let's just talk about the first time I met Jasmine. First time I met Jasmine, I was walking down the hallway of school, and it was crazy because at the time she didn't even notice me. She didn't even look my path. Okay? And I was walking and we passed each other. And I don't know, it's like, you know, like when you think you know somebody but you really don't. So you just, and I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, who is this? I gotta find this girl again. And so I couldn't find her because, you know, school's so big, I couldn't find her again. So I'm like, oh man. I went to lunch class, I was looking for her. I was like, oh my God, where's she at? Where's she at? Could not find her. Come to find out, I went to band class. I was in the wrong band class. And I seen her. Big baritone, bigger than her. And she began to play. And we were in the wrong class. We were in the clarinet class. We were supposed to be in our classes, but we were in the wrong class. And this is how I say this is fate or this is God, because out of nowhere, we were both at the right time, at the right place. At the time, she really wasn't even noticing me. We were watching a movie in class, and it was quiet. So you know me, I'm trying to be smooth. I thought. So I slid my chair over a little bit. I dropped my stick, so I threw it over there. I didn't hit her. I threw it. And I was like, oh, I dropped my stick. So I picked it up. I was like, you're really beautiful. She was like, thank you. You know, real quiet. Thank you. And I was like, I just want to say something, and I'm gonna leave. I want you to be my wife. And then she was like, excuse me? I said, oh no, you didn't hear me. I said I was gonna make you my wife. She was like, oh, I don't think so. So I sat sitting down. So time goes on, and all of a sudden, me and her began to be friends, and we started to get to know each other. And I asked her out. She said yes. Oh, I'm getting to that. Let me get to that one. So we began to get to know each other. You know, we kept going to class together. We walked the halls a little bit. And one day she told me that she liked Mary. So I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I love Mary. I listen to them all the time. So I went home, got on my computer, started making a little playlist for her. You know, at the time, you know, you only had CDs, so that's what I was using. So I went to school the next day. I placed it on her chair. I said, I got you something. I said, just something that you can listen to in your spare time. And she listened to it, was Mary. She was happy, blah, blah, blah. You know, I asked her out. We were good. All of a sudden, one city, one sound. She came up to me, she said, I can't do this. I'm not ready for a relationship. I said, oh my God. So me being who I am, I was trying to be tough. I said, okay, so I don't care. And I walked off. I was crying, I'm not gonna lie. And so time goes on, and we go into debut time. And this is where I really found out that I loved her more than life itself. At the time, she was with a boyfriend that she wasn't supposed to be with. Right. That wasn't him. And I began to get sad because I seen what she went through. And I was always there. And I told her, I said, if you need me to knock him out, I would do it. Me and him was in football together. Every chance I got, I tried to hit him. Every time. So I'm not gonna lie to you. Every time I got in football, I would hit him.
I gave you all those accolades. Sorry.
And so I kept hitting him.
Gotta take one day.
And one day, I said something to him. I said, lay your hands on Jasmine again. I swear I'm gonna knock you out, for real. And I said that. And I walked off. Then they started to get back. So me and her kept talking, and she was telling me about him. And I was like, there's so much I could do better than him. I said, let me take you out on one date. I said, one date only. We went on a date as friends. And no, what I say it was a date, because a date is when you get dressed up and you look your best, and that's what we did. And I took her to church. Now at the time, she didn't want to go to church at that time, because she wanted to go to the movies. I told her I was going to the movies, but something led me to say go to church. And to find out, they was talking about relationships. So you know me, I'm happy. So after it was all over, we went to Steak and Shake, and we got some food, and we went to the beach, and we laid in the sand, and we talked. We talked about relationships, and she told me that she wasn't with him no more. Me being who I am, I got excited. I got real excited. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play it cool. I'm not gonna rush into it no more. I'm not gonna do that. So I let it be. But debutante was going on, and her date canceled on her, and she had to find a replacement. At the time, I had another person, so I really wanted to be like, hey, you know, I'm sorry, I ain't gonna be with you, I'm about to go with Jasmine, but I didn't. But she was sitting, and I remember this like it was yesterday. She was sitting inside of this room, and she was crying because she felt like she wasn't beautiful. And it kind of hurt me because I feel like as a man, you should make your woman feel like she's a goddess, that she's beautiful, that there's no one compared to her. And so I didn't say a word. I didn't do anything. I took one picture, one off-guard picture that she wasn't even looking at. And I showed it to her and I said, do you see this woman? This is the woman that you are now. Don't look at the past, but look at the future. And I want to be a part of your future. and so she looked at me, and we were finna talk, and all of a sudden they said, guys, we need you on stage. I was so mad at myself because I really wanted to finish. I wanted to seal the deal. I wanted to grab her right then and there, and I couldn't, so I had to run to the stage, and we let it be. But I came back home from college eventually later on, and I went to her door and I knocked on the door and I asked her to be with her. And she told me to make her a promise. And to this day, I still keep this promise. And I will look at you and I will tell you this, is that no matter how long we go into this life, no matter how far, no matter all the damages, no matter all of the pain, the promise that I kept to you, that I said I would love you forever, is still there today.
You go,
no
boy.
We drove in the car today, and I talked to her because I didn't try to hint to her that I was going to ask her to marry me, but I wanted her to know that no matter all the haters, no matter all the people that's going to say something to me, at the end of the day, I'm going to love her. And I want to know that in return, if I give you all my love, will you give me that love back? And she told me that no matter what, she going to love me for life. And that's all I need. I can lose everything in the world, but if I got her love, I know I can bounce right back. And I want you to know that no matter what.
That boy get them lines from Barry White.
I taught him well.